Welcome back to Mega Man X Command Mission. So, like I said, I did need to retreat after that whole ordeal in the previous episode, when I got shot a bunch by guys I didn't need to get shot by. But before we return to base, here's a lot of corpses, and also a fight. Right, so, we do actually have one more new type of Prion to get to before we can actually leave. Right, so we stole Fire Guard, because these are the fire elemental enemies. They shoot oil at you, so that it's easier to light you on fire. Oh god, they're just dousing the hell out of Spider. Okay, at least that guy spread out the damage a little. Well, not damage. That's not an attack that damages you, but yeah, no, that will lower your fire resistance. So, kind of a threat even to Cinnamon, then. She has good resistances, but if they decide to splash oil on you and then somebody lights you on fire, then yeah, that's gonna hurt for her too.
Head back.
Weirdly enough, they're not weak to water though, despite being fire enemies, and in fact, I think they actually are weak to fire, straight up. So, that's funny. But yeah, no, oh, and if you were wondering, yeah, they can also light you on fire. They're not just weird gas pumps that need to tag along with other enemies to work. Yeah, there they go, Mega Fire. I mean, considering X was doused with oil for a bit, not the worst damage. I mean, it hurt, sure, but it wasn't immediately fatal, so yeah. Clearly, these are enemies that need to be teamed up with, like, actual proper fire enemies to really do anything. They can also drop the oil can sub-weapon, which I believe I will get off-screen, which is a fun weapon, where, yeah, you just do the same thing to an enemy that they did to you. You just hit somebody with something that removes their fire resistance. It's kind of funny, but maybe not the most efficient weapon. You know, you gotta do that, and then you have to have a fire weapon when, really, it's probably just easier to hit somebody with a different weakness they might have. But then again, somebody might be neutral to most elements, so maybe that's a good idea. Wow, you guys sucked. Thanks a lot, you jerks. You know, I do need things from Tiana. Okay, well, Patrol Dog at least maxed out. Which means Patrol Dog is now in the Hall of Fame, and has the maximum possible stats. Right, so yeah, we're just gonna send people out again. I also checked force medals between now and returning to, the mission.
Here.
At Old Fat Factory, that's the place's name. Also, really weird that, like, the things you can make are highlighted in red, and the things you can't are highlighted in blue. Weird choice, I don't understand it. And then after that, Cinnamon's action trigger powered up. So, some characters can actually power up their action trigger. Cinnamon is one of them. They all have different requirements. Now, weirdly enough, it is strangely difficult to find some of the requirements. Some are more obvious than others, but for Cinnamon, the wiki lists it as the number of turns she's participated in for the game as the upgrade to her action trigger, but like, I've gotten an upgrade for it just off of a level up where she hasn't participated in the fight, so I'm not 100% sure on it. I've checked the manual to see if it's there, but no, so it's kind of just speculation, but yeah, like I said, some of them are more well-known, at least. I know Massimo's is based off of damage, and as you could probably guess since we have bosses under Axel's belt, his will power up when you beat bosses, so yeah, not only is it just a really effective action trigger in the first place, it also it has to power up. Even if Axel's not in the party, he still gets the DNA of the bosses. Axel kinda rules in this game. Finally, some respect for my boy and his A-Trans ability, which I never did like in the platformers, but it kinda whips ass in the RPG. They're real good here. Alright. May have fucked up.
Done in already?
Look what happens when you can't jump off of the wall, Zero. You're nothing before me.
What happened to all your spirit?
I've got the spirit. How about you?
Well, make your last wish.
And it better not be that somebody shoots me from... Oh, God! I didn't even finish the word off screen. You prick. And I said he can't wish for that.
You...
Mega Man X of Mega Man X Command Mission fame.
And Axel?
Thumbs up.
Why, you...
I need to make that into a GIF. That's very good.
All the Class S hunters together again. May as well just beg us for mercy.
Okay, well, at least they're Class S and not Class SA. It could be worse for old Mach Jentra. However, I'm leaving. Goodbye. You'll never catch me.
Oh man, we let him get away.
Two of us have guns. We could have shot
You're
him.
alive.
Good to see you too, buddy.
Yep, just you and Axel and nobody
You
else.
too. Save the chat for later.
You can make out on your own time. We've got a man to kill.
Right. Let's get him.
Let's get him. Alright, so at last, the Maverick Hunters have joined forces. Oh no, the program advanced system, they're gonna hit us with a Zeta cannon. Now initializing Dubor. What the hell's a Dubor? Okay, so some subsystems may be temporarily down. What that means is the elevator that leads to the save point is now broken, so at this point you cannot retreat to base. Nor can you save after that one cutscene, which kinda sucks because Zero's in our party now, and you might want to, oh I don't know, customize him a little bit and then save so you don't lose that progress, but we've hit a story point and it would be a little silly if we left now. I mean, it's silly enough that we saw Zero get into a fight, and then it took him, like, I don't know, 20 minutes to actually go down. So anyway, here's Zero. Here's what he looks like right now. Got his command arts, which is, of course, fighting game inputs for cool attacks. And, of course, still got Black Zero. So yeah, he does have a different sword than he did before, and in fact you can actually even buy a new weapon before you come here, which is actually advantageous. You could make Zero a little stronger as long as you pay attention to shop items. But yeah, here is what we're using for the boss. Just a quick overview of everything. Though, I don't particularly think anybody after our main trio is really gonna get as much attention. We've got some fire protection on, and that's gonna be important for the obvious reason of it's the fire chapter. What do you think we're about to fight? We've also not fought a fire boss either, so, you know, we're about due for one. So yeah, with all that setup out of the way, and certainly I didn't save state to, you know, not have to watch that cutscene over and over again and recustomize Zero every time, we can move on to the boss. We're just about done with the chapter. But of course, Mach Jentra was tough enough to take on Zero, so let's see how tough he is when we have the real superpower of teamwork on our side. What are you doing up there? Ugh. Alright, ignore the fact that I ran away. I'm going to look smug now. I love you, weird distinct machine!
So, you've come.
Oh, how awkward! You've seen me laughing maniacally at my cool machine that I love. We're married.
You'll be the ones begging for mercy.
This is my husband, Dubor! Which is kind of the focus of this chapter, I guess. It's like the big thing that's making prions. It's important, I swear.
It is all for the ideal.
Well, alright then, so... It's boss time! We've got Mach Jentra, level 42, 2800 life energy. He's got 98 power, 50 armor, 70 shield, 40 speed. So... Mad Nautilus was a gimmicky fight, or... Dr. Psyche in general, really. Mach Jentra's a little more straightforward, but he definitely bites a lot harder. I would say this is a much more difficult fight because he does one thing, and he does one thing very well. He's got fire. He can just do a regular attack, of course. He does have smash as well, so sometimes he won't hurt you that much, sometimes he'll just smash your entire face in. That's why it's not the best idea to bring Cinnamon along. You saw what Smash did to her last time. He's also got Giga Fire and Flames of Gehenna. Of course, the real pressing issue is the fact that he is actually flying. Now, this has sort of come up, but only with normal enemies so far. I'm sorry, I just love the way he immediately floats up. Oh, right, and he does have Gentle Call to summon new enemies, but yeah. Flying enemies are evasive to close-range damage, mostly. Though, in fairness, Shot isn't exactly easy to hit either.
I'll finish you!
So basically, he's going to avoid a lot of your attacks in between hitting you for some pretty hefty damage, especially if you leave that first guy alive. Obviously, he's got Gentle Call, so if he wants to summon enemies, he can just do that. Personally, I think it's the best idea to just remove the most annoying enemies and... to be fair, is this guy too. Remove the most annoying enemies, then focus on Mach Jentra. We do need to hit this guy with a physical attack, which, to be fair... Oh, right, Super Hold Gum. Didn't mention his other moves. But real quick, though, yeah. Since I have Zero in this fight, I do think it's actually a good idea to keep the counter enemy here. Shield Prion isn't so bad, and it gives something for Zero to do. Anyway, though, yeah. In addition to Giga Fire, which is just... hits a single guy for a lot of fire damage. Flames of Gehenna, which is hit the entire party for a lot of fire damage. He's got Super Hold Gum, which is speed reduction, and Leak Weapon Energy, which is basically cutting your weapon energy by 50. So yeah, that's pretty nasty, though. I don't remember if it comes up in this iteration of the fight. But anyway, like I said, my personal strategy is remove the guy who coats you in oil, because he kinda sucks a lot. So like I was saying, as just a party of Prions, like if it's just that guy alone, he's nothing. They're not really active enough to warrant a huge threat, even if they can't hit you with oil. When you have a straight-up boss next to them, though, that's when they get pretty deadly. You do not want that guy hitting you with oil repeatedly. Like, if he hits everybody in the party with that, that's just constant extra damage from the boss, and yeah, Mach Jentra is pretty painful without that. In addition, if you're wondering exactly what it is that grounds Mach Jentra, it is doing about 1,000 damage before he's able to move again. It's not necessarily just like a single critical or super effective hit, so while his weakness absolutely does help, it's not an immediate thing to prevent him from evading every one of Zero's shots. So yeah, in general, Shot-type characters are real good for this because they can always, well, not always hit him. Again, he's still pretty evasive, even if you don't factor in having a physical weapon. And to be fair, Zero did manage to actually nail a shot there, it's just not reliable. So yeah, basically, this is where you're really going to want to pay attention to the turn order. So yeah, I wanted to get rid of Shield Guy, because he's going to hit me with a powerful attack, and I don't need that among everything else, so... Get Wild Django'd, idiot. So, it is kinda helpful to have him waste a turn on Gentle Call, but it also means he has another support, and that's not good, honestly. I don't like overkilling the Prions, just because I don't know what he's going to add next. And I would prefer to just not have to deal with the unexpected, so... As long as nobody's coating me with oil or threatening to hit me with a powerful shield, I'm good. Also, thank goodness for Zero's relatively, hardy nature. He's got decent HP, he's got decent defense, so... He's not dead, which is good, because he was kinda getting buffeted there. So yeah, basically, like I was saying before though, pay attention to turn order. If you know exactly how to get him in a loop, it is entirely possible to do some pretty hefty damage to him. It's just you really have to be cautious, because you might just do 1,000 damage before his next turn, and it kinda wastes what you've done. Though yeah, I think it is every turn he sort of resets, so it's not like you can make progress, hold off, and then hit him with, like, the last attack. No, you do have to do as much damage as possible, ground him, and then use whatever remaining turns you have to hit him with really whatever you have that is best suited. Just heavy damage. That's the name of the game. As long as you have time after he goes down, you can hit him with just about anything. He moved. So in terms of what you might want to use during those turns where he's down, you have to be really cautious with X-Fire. His action trigger is not Fire Elemental. However, his basic attack is. It doesn't matter what you come into the battle with, his Hyper Mode does change what he's actually, got equipped, so if you don't pay attention to that and the fact that the Hyper Mode is called X-Fire, you could very well accidentally heal Mach Jentra. So yeah, just make sure you're paying attention, because, trust me, while that is kinda bad, the potential of healing the boss, at the same time, the action trigger of X's Hyper Mode is 100% worth it. Ooh, very nice. Yeah, so like I said, the actual trigger is not hitting him with an elemental weakness, but damn if it doesn't help. Right, so, like I said, X-Fire. Be careful. Don't do a basic attack, and you're good. So yeah, I've been saving up weapon energy, so as long as I don't let go of the button too soon, which is entirely possible, sometimes I press X too early, let go, and then it just kinda fuck up, and then only do a partial charge, but yeah, no, that's a ton fucking damage. And hey, what do you know? Zero gets to go too. Hey, you know who's been dodging constantly? You. You know who's not happy about that? Zero. Yes, that was just a basic attack. Honestly, I probably should have action triggered. I know Zero's not at 100% weapon energy, but... Look, I think I could have actually done a pretty good amount of damage there. I might have been able to bring him to a final attack. So yeah, do not have enough weapon energy to action trigger. Let's maybe be careful. Also, yeah, he can't really be hit by virus, so I didn't bother with that one. Kinda figured that was obvious. Forget if I actually tried on camera, just to show it off. Or accidentally used it. Oh, wow. You know, I genuinely forgot I didn't bring him down before this. This was extremely risky. Extremely risky, but hot damn if he's not almost dead. And that did ground him. And unfortunately we can't hyper mode our way through this, so that's not the end of that one. Axel's hyper mode is purely defensive. Nah. Good attempt, but absolutely not. Get out of here with that. Oh, and that's just maddening. He's so close. There we go. Oh, not even a final shot. Boo.
Maverick hunters. Too powerful.
They joined forces. I can't take them. Damn it.
Alright, so that's the end of that. Alright, we get Sub-Tank and Firebuster Mark II. Which is pretty nice, and like I said, Axel's action trigger powered up. So now we got Mach Jentra under our belt.
Now the Rebellion's prize soldier factory has closed its doors for good.
Has closed its doors for good.
Fools. If I die,
My husband will avenge me.
Dubois will go berserk. Out of control.
He's a sex machine, ready to reload. Like an atom bomb, about to... Oh god, the pain. What was I about to say before that? Oh, right.
What was he gonna say? Oh no! One Prion hopping towards us! So yeah, the game decides to throw you a bit of a curveball. You may have finished the boss, but can you handle waves of basic enemies? I hope to God you can. Honestly, Mach Jentra's not like incredibly hard, but he can definitely surprise you. He might take out some characters if you're not careful, but if you can beat Mach Jentra, you can beat some basic ass Prions. Like, these aren't even the good ones yet. But of course, the game's not so sad as to just have us fight this small group and call it a day. Yeah, we're not just gonna finish this guy off. Oh no, 33 damage. We're not just gonna finish this guy off, and that's that. And we don't even get to cut off to a new fight, in case that might have helped you any. So yeah, at this point you should really know who specifically you want to use. So, these guys have counter shield, which means Wild Django one of them to death. Because they're weak to electric. Actually, it might not be weak to electric, because the start shows no matter what. So it might just be the fact that it's a physical attack that might be throwing me. Damn, you got killed by a counter? Sucks for you, buddy, sucks for you. Alright, so... yeah, now that we're done with the boss, it's not really a big deal to cycle in other characters. And since Marano's also a physical character, she's perfect for this segment. Massimo's also pretty good just to take care of the shield Prions. But yeah, Zero was looking kinda tired, so I figured, let's have somebody do something this time. Cinnamon's probably not your best bet just because you want to do more damage. Like I said before, as long as you kill things quickly, they can't really do damage to you, so just be aggro. There we go. Oh, perfect. Okay, so now we're getting one that's actually glowing. So yeah, as you can see, this guy's a little more powerful, he's kind of berserked. And let's just do a useless...
Party's over.
I finally got it. I finally got it? Oh my god. Finally got the reel. Hey, sorry Prions, I need to celebrate this, so if you could just die... Drinks for everybody, I actually managed to get the goddamn reel to stop on something useful. Also, yeah, that was just me defusing this on purpose. Really should have not done that one. Oh no, you broke your shield, and you're almost dead, and you're not going to move again until all three of my characters move. Hey, did you realize that was a bad idea? Did ya? Did ya? Cause, guess what? It was. Perish. So yeah, no, it's pretty much just this for the entire thing. Like, the fact that some of the enemies are berserked is a bit of a shock. That actually sounds a little heavy, really. It might be a mild surprise. You might see that and go, oh dang. I thought they were all going to be weak, but... yeah, no, like... the worst we've seen so far is a shield Prion, and... look, by this point, I know what their gimmick is. I figured out that oh god, was that it? It actually just occurred to me, this might have been the point where I still thought it was just, like, Marino specifically who was taking them out of shield, that's why I removed Zero instead of Marino. Yeah, I think that was actually the case. Alright, yeah, we might as well just do a quick heal before things get actually dangerous. Cause yeah, we just got a normal Prion. Oh no, 28 damage and stun gun didn't even do anything. Just did a minor amount of damage. Okay, so here's the final phase. Now these aren't the toughest types of Prions, of course. I would say that it would be much worse to see shield Prions or soldier Prions, but they're all berserked, so display at least a little bit of caution with them. Shoot, at this point it might be good to just hit them all at the same time with X. I've not really been using his Buster recently. And yeah, we can use Silverhorn. Technically, you could also use Mach Jentra, that's already been added, but I didn't want to just yet for reasons. Yeah, and I decided not to do the action trigger there. Honestly, I probably should have X-Bustered instead. That probably would have been more useful. God, I love Quicksilver so much. I just really love seeing Marino's turns just dominate the thing, and yeah, easy come, easy go, I guess. I mean, that was a crit hit, so it's nice. Okay, dude, look. You really have to stop breaking- you have to stop breaking your shield. Like, I get Marino's not gonna be active all these turns, but like, none of you are going to be active long enough to survive any of this. I love the random punch sound effect added in. Alright, am I going for the guaranteed kill, or just spreading out damage? Oh boy. I got a good result one time, and I just let that get to my head, I think. Come on, charge shot. I guess that did take that guy out, but that was hardly necessary. At this point, it's just bullying, really. I just pick one guy and I wedgie them. I don't know if these guys wear underwear, it'd be weird if they did, but I'm gonna manage to wedgie them anyway. Alright, well, I don't know if Axel can exactly do the honors here, but... I mean, it's one guy left. We kind of melted most of this party, and oh, well. That guy died too. I mean, y'all tried, but, Quicksilver's pretty good, and I'm not even using it to its full extent at this point.
Oh boy. This doesn't look good.
We're gonna be killed by random mooks, this sucks.
Okay, it's all or nothing.
Axel? What is he up to?
Maybe it's that thing he always does? I don't know. Hard to tell.
To board! Cease the attack!
So anyway, this is a pretty cool move.
Cease the attack immediately!
Well... I'm voice deaf, but that does look like my husband, so yeah, okay. Wait a minute. Hey! Sweetie, they're killing me! No! No, I've been fooled! Me, Dubor! I exist and I have a character. I'm not just a random machine.
Alright, we did it.
I'm sure glad you're alive, Zero.
Yep, glad you're here too.
Yep, just
Me,
you and Axel
X,
and no one
and
else.
Axel, back together. We'll be able to show the Rebellion Army a thing or two.
Okay, Axel, Zero. Let's head to the base. I've got some introductions to make.
You know, to the characters who were present already.
Introductions?
But he knows I hate meeting new people. Thought it was just gonna be me and my boyfriend and our son. Well, that was a weird note to end on, but I'm sure Zero will be normal about teamwork as we begin the next chapter of Mega Man X Command Mission. Next time on Mega Man X Command Mission. Got my order of operations messed up there.